Good evening. I'm here again. Just want to talk briefly to you about dating, time, and talk. You know, we've got to consider these two. It's very important that we consider these two, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why we have to consider these two is because that's how we mature in love. You know, we rush into relationships, we hop right into bed, and we have sex. It feels good, and then you look around, you think you're in love, and suddenly you found out you've been sleeping with somebody who was what, bisexual, they was ex-convict, or they got a rap sheet longer than your hair, and it's so bad and it's so scary that your hair could even stand up on your head or off of your body like a cat. And not to mention all the hip issues from other women, men, you know, they slept with. You know, it's deep. It gets so deep that you like, Lord have mercy. You know, where did all this come from? You know, you feel like, oh my God, if I slept with them, I slept with all these people too. And Lord, worst of all the unhealed childhood issues. See, that's why we got to take the time. Now, you think about this. Still operating out of your feelings, going around thinking you just got to have this relationship, you begin to want to learn how you can create this person into what you think you can. And see, and that's what's wrong with us. We think we can create this miracle that can change this man, and he's going to love you just like you want him to, or change this woman, and she's going to love you just like, you know, you was looking forward to her to love you. You know, you just think that your sex is so good. Oh, I saw that in her, but I know I can get that. I can get that straightened out, you know, in time. But see, the time that you needed, you started out wrong. You was thinking that the sex was going to be the pacifier. The sex was going to be so good that they want, oh, I'm going to do whatever he or she says. But it takes time to get to know a person. Even with time, you may not learn everything, but time will bring some things to surface, and all you have to do is get it sometimes. You got to pray. See, you can save yourself some time and pain that you need to take time to get to know each other about if you would just take the time to say, like the old days, bring them over there to meet your mama, you know, because if they got any seeing eye on them or your grandmama, they're going to be able to see what's in him or her. And I'll never forget one time my daughter brought this guy over and introduced him to me. And I looked at him, and I mean, it wasn't about his dress. It wasn't about anything other than I had the eye of the seer. You know how some parents just say, that girl ain't no good. That boy ain't no good. That boy a thug. You know, that girl ain't nothing like a street woman. But see, what it is that the thing that the Lord has done, that's why we're parents. God has given us intuition. And not just the women, but the same thing with the men. We've got to know that we've got to have what? That second eye to look and to be able to determine. That's why you want the blessing, right? And so, but we have a tendency to go and get into this trouble because we didn't take time. And then before we know it, there we are, you know, weeping and crying all night long, trying to figure out how you're going to shake that soul tie. But my granddaughter, my daughter brought this guy, and I'm looking at him, and I could see right away he wasn't nothing but somebody just wanted to be there to see if, you know, like the welfare queen mentality. I guess he figured she was going to take care of him. He didn't like that type, so I kind of watched him every now and then, try to see, you know, I would call the house at all kinds of different hours of the day and night. I'm just doing my homework, and that joke will be answering the phone, and I'm like, you ain't got, must don't have no job. And so I go, it's so-and-so, yes ma'am, and I say, okay, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm fine. And I said, oh, okay, you running late or something, huh? No, ma'am, I'm not doing anything. She's here. Okay. So then I talked to her. I said, okay, what's up? You know, mama, what? But see, what the deal is, it's like, get out of my business. But yet, when you done got the soul ties hooked up, now you need some counsel. Now you want to drain me. But see, that time, if she had taken what I was trying to show her in that time, she wouldn't have been able to get these 7 extra demons because of these relationships. And that's what happened to a whole lot of you who are trying to date without taking time. Before you know it, the only time you got is the motel time. And next thing you know, now you're hooked up these 7 extra demons from these other relationships that you didn't take time to find out about. No, I know I'm talking to somebody. And then the next one is talk. We as women, first of all, sister girl, you know, I'm just sorry. I may have been lying, but I'm gonna keep it real. Every time I dated, it wasn't that many guys, but it was quite a few. But every one of them, as far as I was concerned, as far as they knew, I was a virgin. I'm keep real. And now they come say, how you gonna be a virgin with 2 children? Well, first of all, after I got hurt with my face, I told them I wasn't trying to be with no different men, all these different men, because I was just too nervous and too scared. But actually, I was out there. I was having sex with anybody who could rock my world. Oh, I know I'm keeping it real. But see, what it was then when I got with these guys who I thought was potential enough to help me take care of my bills, first thing, I didn't want him to think I had a whole lot of miles on me. So what I told him is, no, I had one child, one man, and that was the guy after I got hurt and the guy that I had my children for. I just don't do that. But actually, I didn't want him to know I had all these miles and soul ties and demons still all hooked up in me. But see, we talk too much. Many of you women, and I'm not saying you need to lie, but I think too much information sets the wrong standard, sets the wrong look. Some things need to stay dead. Some things need to go to the grave with you, Eva. But as we as women, as I said before, we talk too much. We share all the information. You share about the guy that beat you down from the last relationship. You share about how your husband cheated on you. You share about how he took all your money and everything like that. And the same thing, the man tells about how the woman cheated on him and sharing how, she stay all night long out with her friends. And, so what the woman do? Yeah, you real stupid. So I guess I'll do the same thing with you too. If they was able to get away with it, I'm going to do the same thing. So you don't talk everything. But we as women, keep it real. We share too much information. We tell the men more than they need to know, and same thing with men. You sharing all this information, hoping you met that perfect woman or man. But actually what you're doing, you setting yourself up. Because so you know it, he's telling you about how he called all kind of bees and hoes, and you hear him still calling women bees and hoes. And I guess you think you Miss Queen Esther. You ain't gonna get to be called no name. But I want to ring your bell right now. You're gonna be called the same name she called his baby mama and everything else. Because why? You already see it happen before you even got to do the time. And right now, it's about the talk. All you got to do is listen if you want some information. You don't got to open your mouth every time. And so we, as women and men, talk too much. We tell our past. We even got a journal of our future. And we share the journals and even the secret things. We don't even want you don't even want them to miss a beat. We want to make sure they hear all your hopes and all your dreams and all the things that you lost and all the things you're trying to gain back, hopefully with them. And they probably got the same thoughts. And they looking at two birds with broken wings can't fly. But yet you want to try to get with somebody to bring you up and he got a broken wing. Oh, I know I'm talking to somebody. Same with you. Seeing all she want to do is get food stamps and lay around and eat all day long and watch soap operas and all these kind of Jerry Springer mess. When you expect her to be the kind of woman you would like to say that's going to be your elect lady, the devil is a lie. You need to think again. Talk. That's what you need to be doing. Talking, not in the bed. And see, when you talk, your heart to heart with someone that you care about, it becomes intimate because you begin to express your feelings, you express your temperament, as well as the types of words they use. Now, in talking, you also, somebody has to listen. See, when you listen to their voice, you need to focus on what makes them angry, how they're judgmental, or what places of value they're in, where they place those values, how serious it is for discipline, how serious it is for church, how serious it is for prayer and worship to them, how serious it is for Bible study and you all praying together. That's going to tell a whole lot. I mean, he can do pillow talk all night long, but when it's time to go somewhere serious like church or whatever, he's saying he's tired. Let's say something very big to you. You ain't going to get to go to church once you marry him, husband or wife. And then you need to listen for the sweet, passionate, and loving words. Those things that you remember, that you will talk intimate to each other. And the fact that many of us find it easier to have sex than to initiate a deep conversation. This will always tell us that you can look for nothing to happen but a bunch of sex. Because they're going to say, I don't want to talk. Be quiet. I'm trying to make love. Oh, be quiet. Come on, honey. Be quiet. No, I don't want to talk about that. Because all they want is sex. They ain't trying to hear how you feel today. They don't want to hear about the headache. They don't want to hear about your hard day. They just, okay, let's get it on. But this talk is important about the future of your relationship. And if you will not be able to have this intimate talk for an intimate relationship with someone who you can't even talk to. Love and intimacy, you got to know, is developed by a lot of talking. You got to find out how they tick. You got to find out what they like and what they don't like. Talk about your past, what you are to this person, your family, your friends, your beliefs, your goals, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you angry. You want to talk about those things. But you need to have those at a minimum. Because you're really just trying to get information. You're just actually doing a relationship assessment. That's what that is. And this time when you better do one, because they're killing women, men, boys, and girls. Killing the whole house. Why? Because nobody talked and nobody took the time. Never express with your body. You please never express with your body through sex something you have not talked about or you cannot express verbally. We should spend less time trying to get physically naked and more time getting spiritually naked. That means to see what's really going on, because sex just ain't gonna be the answer. You know, real intimacy involves your heart, your soul, your flesh, your psyche, your self-worth, your self-esteem, your mind, and your spirit. Talking about all of this will help you to recognize the issues that could destroy your entire life and your family. You know, and we won't leave out truth. You got to keep it real and tell the truth. As a person begins to ask you questions, a truth teller is going to be able to tell you, if they can tell you the truth about a small thing, then you can know that it's very, evident that they will try not to lie to you about a large thing. But I want you to know they've got to be trustworthy. And you got to know that in this hour, that's what's happening to so many people today. They just don't trust them. You see, real love is self-giving. It's sacrificial. It's volatile. It's voluntary. You don't have to keep on dragging stuff out of people. It involves a choice, an act of will. It is not quick. It's not cheap. It's not easy. Remember, anything easy or too quick is lethal. Take your time, talk, pray, seek God, and most importantly, make sure that it's an equal yoke. And if it's not, remember, it's going to be something that you're going to truly regret, because it doesn't always involve you. It involves your family. It involves your friends. It's up to you.